Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the 10 weaknesses of an ISFP personality type. Make sure to watch each one of them and find out how many you have. If the Myer-Briggs Personality Indicator (MBTI) assessed you as an ISFP personality type, then you are among the most unique personality types in the world. ISFP, which stands for introverted, sensing, feeling, and prospecting, is an individual who tends to be quiet, easygoing, and peaceful. The ISFP can be thought of as the artist or as an adventurer. Nevertheless, no personality type is perfect, and yes, ISFPs have a lot of good strengths. However, people with this personality type have to be aware of their weaknesses as well. Knowing those weaknesses will help you in your self-improvement journey and increase your social skills by a significant amount. Find out what are your greatest weaknesses and learn how you can counteract them and achieve personal growth. Here are 10 weaknesses of an ISFP personality type. Number 1. They are easily bored. ISFPs are doers who learn by observing and imitating others. They are suspicious of instruction that appears too abstract or theoretical, considering that this type of training is uninteresting or irrelevant. However, this inclination may have a negative impact on their academic success. Effective learning necessitates focus and dedication, and ISFPs aren't always as committed as they should be. This may impede their ability to absorb new information. Number 2. They are overly competitive. Small things can become intense competitions for adventurers who ignore long-term success in their pursuit of glory in the moment and are disappointed when they lose. If they don't feel like they've reached perfection, they might be harsh on themselves and even a little obsessive about it, which can cause damage in relationships with their loved ones. Number 3. They rarely plan ahead. ISFPs have a hard time planning ahead since they want to live in the moment. While being free to enjoy the moment and act when they want is a wonderful thing, it can also be a burden at times. Artists can't see very far into the future, thus they don't plan ahead for the majority of things. They go out of their way to find things that they appreciate right now and that makes them happy. They may find it difficult to concentrate on long and complex plans since they are unsure how to do it. While artists are capable of planning for some things, devising long-term strategies can be exhausting. This can make it difficult for them to plan for the future or set specific goals for themselves. This does not exclude them from working toward future objectives, but it does make it more difficult for them. Instead, the ISFP goes with what feels right in the moment, and most things are beyond his or her ability to see behind the corner. They are strong at seeing what is in front of them, but not so good at working toward a longer-term and more difficult aim for their futures. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. They are overly independent. ISFP's first priority is often freedom of expression. Anything that gets in the way of that, such as traditions and strict regulations, makes adventurer personalities feel oppressed. More rigorously, controlled education and jobs can be challenging as a result, because artists always want to do things their way. High independence is considered as a positive trait. However, strengths can also be their weaknesses, and this is something that the ISFP can experience. Number 5. They struggle with criticism. ISFPs have a hard time taking criticism and may falsely think that someone is attacking them when they aren't. They can interpret certain comments as critical even if they weren't intended for them. They struggle to let go of perceived insults and may feel personally assaulted as a result. ISFPs are more sensitive to these things than other personality types, finding it difficult to process when they believe someone has wronged them or insulted their character. Artists may feel judged if another person does not share their moral or ideal values. This does not indicate that they are overly sensitive all the time, they simply experience things differently than others. When it comes to criticism from loved ones, they often struggle and don't know how to digest it without being upset. When the ISFP loves someone, they frequently find the wonderful and beauty in them. Thus, it can be tough to accept when someone else notices their imperfections. Number 6. They are easily stressed. ISFPs wear their hearts on their sleeves, because they are naturally sympathetic and sensitive. While this is an artist's strength in general, their hypersensitivity makes them vulnerable, especially in stressful situations. They may find it difficult to cope and feel overwhelmed by their own and others' emotions. ISFPs live in a present moment, and when things get out of hand, people with this personality type have a tendency to shut down, losing their charm and originality in favor of gnashing their teeth. Number 7. They are extremely stubborn. When it comes to their views and inner morals, ISFPs can be adamant and inflexible. When the artists feel something is important, they do not easily change their ideas and can be quite persistent. They have strong internal principles and ideals, and when these are questioned, they feel enraged and upset. ISFPs aren't naturally argumentative, but they can be obstinate about the values and beliefs they hold dear. The ISFP personality has both a strength and a weakness in this regard. Someone who understands their principles and convictions is able to stand up for those ideals and values. At the same time, for the ISFP, this can be taken to a dangerous level, causing them to be stubborn about matters they should listen to others about. When they are caught on their own inner convictions, it might be difficult for them to see alternative points of view and understand where others are coming from. Number 8. They have fluctuating self-esteem. Skills must be evaluated, but artists' qualities of sensitivity and inventiveness make this difficult. The efforts of adventurers are frequently disregarded, which is a painful and harmful strike, especially early in life. Without sufficient support, ISFPs may begin to believe the critics, and this can cause serious damages to their mental health and self-esteem level. Number 9. They often appear distant. ISFPs are quiet and reserved by nature, especially when dealing with people they don't know well. This can make them hard to get to know and even make them seem unpredictable. Others may perceive artists as disconnected and even distrust them as a result. This might be the burden, especially when artists want to meet new people, create important networks, or even while dating. Number 10. They are indecisive. ISFPs can come across as indecisive since they jump from one activity to the next. In actuality, the artist has ultra-high expectations for themselves, hoping to find things that completely match their values. They frequently wish to pursue an inner dream or passion, and they have a hard time compromising for anything less. It gives them the appearance of indecisiveness because they can jump into something only to discover that it doesn't meet their standards or match into the ideal they so desperately desire. The ISFP is constantly on the lookout for anything they can live up to their high standards and will not accept anything less. This gives them the appearance of being indecisive since they go from one activity to the next, whereas in reality, they are looking for that perfect setting. This inability to make decisions and changing their minds repeatedly based on the present moment is one of the biggest weaknesses of an ISFP personality type. These videos will be really helpful for you.